we're going to frame this thing up, and I think the most important thing that we can do is try and pass on that knowledge. So I've got my two fantastic apprentices here, and we're going to do some framing, and we need to start by getting a dimension for our first wall. So we're going to do our first wall against the main road here, because it's going to give us a little more privacy as we keep going. So first step, get a full measurement of the exact length. We take that measurement, we transfer it over here to our 2x4. End up with a 1.5 by 3. Technically my 16 should be over here, but that's okay. We just come back 1.5 inches. Now, if this is held firm to the board, then this will be square. No, right down there. Turn it the other way. There you go. So all we're looking for, because this is an external stud this way, okay, we're looking for crowns this way that are either going up like this or down like this. I don't care wavy this way. So here, we need to make sure that this is nice. We want this to be just nice, flush, and square. Okay? We're using these screws. It's 189. So, to the edge. No, nope, down, all the way down. Nope.
All the way, oh, I'm sorry.
To the edge. All the way to the edge. So while no one was looking, including the camera, Caden and I went ahead and stood this wall up. Oh, first wall up, and we've got a little 8-foot wall in the front, basically ready to go.
This one, you bent in?
Yeah, it happens. A little cold this morning. Florida people are freezing to death. Got down to 60 degrees. Send the National Guard. But these severe weather patterns, they won't stop us from working. Supposed to get up to 70. I might be able to take my muckluck off if it gets up to 70. But anyway, you can see we got quite a ways. Got quite a bit of this framed up. We're using some cross bracing here to hold these walls. And actually, because we want to keep this all in the DL, I've actually started doing the exterior finish here on the street facing wall, just to keep this all sort of quiet and under the eyes, prying eyes. All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna do a little more framing, try to get some of these in between walls, and work on the bed platform loft. Platform slash loft. Loft slash platform. Just had an awesome trip to Home Depot. I got all this, which includes 15 sheets of sheeting and like 70 2x4s up to 16 feet. And because no one works the pro desk, they made me take it through self-check. So that was pretty fun. Got that going for me. Okay, so next project to really work on is to get the loft floor done. And this is going to be just really big enough for a queen mattress up there. So I think I'm going to make them, make them 6'6", something like that, 6'6", just so there's a little extra to get the sheet on. So it's going to be 6'6" wide, and then it'll obviously be the 12 feet long. So let's get her done. So this design requires a little pony wall up here on the loft. It's only going to be 4 feet tall. So this is just a little sleeping loft. This is kind of looking down on it. And that's our 10-foot wall. And so what this does is, this wall coming up here gives us enough slope to take the water off the back of the roof. So from here, you can see this 2x4 up here. This is going to be our final roof pitch. Now the pony wall up top is done. And the window opening there. And how it ties into this back wall. And now I just have to finish making up this wall with studs. But so far it's looking good, getting stiffer all the time, which is in this case a good thing. May or may not be a good thing, you know, what you're doing, but pretty good here. So doors are something that always require a lot of care when you're installing them. This is going to require an exceptional amount of care because this is a door we actually picked up at Habitat for Humanity, and it just came with the door. So to mount it, I actually bought, because it was cheaper than buying the materials, I bought a complete frame kit for about $68, which sounds like a lot, but this is not built out of wood. This is built out of PVC, which I prefer here in Florida because it won't rot like wood will. So I've gone ahead and installed this, which I took as much time as I could, making sure that everything is level, everything is plumb, everything is square. And now I'm getting ready to swap out these old crappy, and it only got half of the hinge. So I'm going to go ahead and swap the hinges, put the new hinges on, mount them to the door frame, and we'll see how the door turns out. So installing this door, and now it's in, right? I've got it up. And now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tune this door. And this is a little like tuning an engine. There's a lot of little modifications that you can make to change different things. And right this second, what I have is, well, first, I have an issue with my reveal, right? And that's the little gap that goes right here around the door. And here, I want it to be nice and tight here. You can see I fixed it enough so that the reveal is correct from here up to the hinge set, but I still need to bring this in just a little bit. It's not going to come in much more because this frame's a little wider. And I may pop out that hinge just a little bit, and then I'm going to change that hinge angle to bring it out this way in order to help with this being hinge bound. So let's make those repairs, see how they work. Okay, time to install our very first window. So my hole is just not quite. What happened? Carrie was holding boards with her face.
I know.
They're gonna think you're an abuser.
With the ice bag on. Oh.
Husband of the Year award.
Yay. Trying to get the sheeting bridge there, and had to hit it with the hammer, and the 2x4 hit Carrie in the face. Let's see. Oh, shine her like a diamond. Oh yeah, it's puffy. That's a goose egg.
Well, it'll go good with my hand one right here.
Oh.
It's actually looking better.
See, spousal abuse can be fun in home remodeling. And profitable. I need to put a set of stairs here, and this is that part of the video where you see like the master carpenter come out with his, L, and do some real fancy calculating, and then he just pulls out the skill saw and cuts up a 2x8 in exactly how he wants it to be. I'm not smart like that, so I'm going to show you how I do stairs, which is with two 2x6s and a bunch of sections of 2x8, and this is how it is. So, because I like to make things easy, I remember my trigonometry. And if you remember, right, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So the opposite and the adjacent squared added together, we take the square root of that. But really easy, if you want to maintain good, just easy angles, I'm going here. I'm going to go up 8 feet, and you can see I've added a 2x6 for some structural stability there. So I'm going 8 feet up, and I only really have about 8 feet along the bottom for stairs. So if you look at that, that's 128, and if you take the square root of that, it's like 11.3. So that's almost perfect for a 12-footer. And I'm also, not only am I dumb and I like simple things, but I'm also very cheap. So I like to build in sizes that are convenient for lumber. So, 12 feet wide, 8 feet up. I don't like cutting off lumber because it feels like waste, like you could have additional height or additional width. So in this case, a 12-footer will serve us just perfectly. By the time we cut the 45s on both sides, this could be a great set of stairs. This could be a little steep, but a 45-degree angle could be just great for us. Because, this sort of thing in a lot of tiny houses is a ladder, but I hate coming down to pee on the ladder at 3 in the morning. So, onward. Okay, so got the miter saw set up. Let's cut a 45 out of both ends of this. Okay, and there it is in place. I cut a 45 out of the bottom and a 45 out of the top. So now that I've got my stair runners going up, I'm actually using these brackets from Home Depot that are pretty cheap. They're like about $1 or something a piece. I don't totally love them because these are not really intended for this purpose, but they work great and they give it some dimensional stability that way. On top of this, I also like to drive screws in from the outside into the 2x8 that will go right here. Action. Okay. So for this, I'm using these Simpson product that I got from Home Depot for about $1.50. And I will tell you that I have not actually looked to see what the prescribed use of these is. I'm just inventing it as I go. But it's kind of got this split end here. And so for these stairs, how I'm using it is I'm basically weaving this together. And then when I come here, the holes all match up, right? Now I'm setting my screws in place. Okay. And now I've got a nice firm surface doubled up here. And then set another screw right back here. That locks the plate in place. And because I don't want to stab myself because we're going to use this under the stair space, what I'm doing is pounding over this under here. And that gives me a nice flat finish when we get done. So the space under here is safe. So again, if you're part of the Simpson company and you're going to tell me that's not how you meant for these to be used, that's cool. That's how I'm using them. And use your own conscience.